Okay, story time. So for my career, I deal with a lot of like native Spanish speakers, and I've grown up with the base level of Spanish, and I've been practicing, especially of late, with Duolingo to improve my Spanish. Well, when I started my new position with this company, they gave me a phone, and then at the beginning of the year, they're like, "Hey, everybody download Duolingo, and we're all going to learn Spanish, and we're going to have like a competition out who can get the longest streak, and blah blah blah." Well, which is cool, great. I really support that, but it meant that I now like split my Duolingo in half because I have the paid version on my phone and then the free version on my work phone, and so now I'm like in the mornings doing twice the lessons for half the progress, right? So I started thinking like maybe I should do another language, and well, this Red Note stuff has got me thinking I'm gonna give Mandarin another try. And I say another try because about 7 years ago, we lived in Colorado, and this is when I was powerlifting. So I was bigger and eating a lot more. And I was going back to school at the time too, so like my work schedule kind of worked out. And I'd go take classes in the morning, and then work out, eat, work out, and then go make feed and stuff. So anyway, my favorite restaurant in Lamar, Colorado was Happy Chef or Happy Garden, and it was this little Chinese food place. And I knew they were Chinese because their daughter, and I guess it wasn't actually related to them, but they all called her daughter. She went to class with me, and she would explain to me like they're not all family, but they kind of live like a family while they're over here. But they worked really hard, and they made delicious food. And they would just treat me so well when I went to this restaurant because like they had the Gai Jiao chicken plate, which was like this, I don't know, like a sweet, not teriyaki, but kind of like a sweet soy sauce or something. Chicken and rice and vegetables. Well, I ordered like double chicken, hold all the vegetables except for broccoli, and add more rice. Well, they did that, and then they started putting it in a big bowl instead of a plate for me, and they call it the Gai Jiao chicken bowl. And they added it for me. And so I just show up, and they basically, I didn't even have to order. They would just bring it to my table. And it was one of those restaurants where you never had an empty glass. They just kept it topped off. And for me, like, that's the biggest thing. So like service was fantastic. Food was fantastic. I mean, it was just awesome people. So I wanted to show some appreciation for just how well they would treat me. And so I practiced all weekend, this one weekend, trying to say some phrase like "your food is delicious" or something like that. And so I had like the Google translation deal and just like kept listening to it, repeating it all weekend until I thought, man, I have it. I'm going to tell them how great their food is in Mandarin. And next time I'm in there, I go to check out, and I rattle off this Mandarin, and she just gives me this look like I just grew a second nose. And I'm like, so I just say it again, and then my face is getting red, and then I keep saying it, and I know it's getting worse and worse each time I'm saying it. And then finally, like recognition dawns on her face, and then she yells back across the restaurant to the kitchen and just rattles off some Mandarin. I believe it's Mandarin. And then they all just laugh, and then they all like start jeering me and stuff, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. She like pats me on the shoulder. She's like, thank you. But yeah, so that kind of killed my first foyer into Mandarin. But now I'm giving it another shot. I just did a couple lessons on Duolingo, so gonna be trilingual at the end of all this. I'm gonna speak redneck, I'm gonna speak Spanish, and I'm gonna speak Mandarin.